Hunter 460, and this is my baby. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make some exhaust silencers. I have all the parts needed, which are the pool noodle from Walmart, Target. Really inexpensive part. I've already measured it 10 inches on here, which is about the length that I want this to be able to go inside the exhaust. You're gonna need microfiber towels. You're gonna also need tape, marker for marking off where you're measuring, and something to cut the pool noodle with. Now, look at these noodles. They've been measured to about 10 inches. This is to be able to grab it after the car's warmed up and the noise has settled down. So essentially it sits here, and I'm not sure if the camera can pick this up, but here you can see I'll have plenty of room to just grab it out the exhaust pipe. And the way it works by design, you take here, wrap it around. I'm gonna make it thicker and layer it because you want to be able to get inside the exhaust thing. I measured it, it's about 4 inches here. So essentially it'll do one of these when you crank it up, and it shouldn't come out. So I'm gonna do a test start, see how it goes. But that's okay. We were only doing this for demonstration purposes. Now, this doubles as a cleanser as well for the actual inside of the exhaust tips. So I don't mind it, which is another reason why you use microfibers. You really don't want to scratch that up too much, even though it's just exhaust metal. So what we're gonna do next is go inside, start cutting, and we may add another layer of microfiber. Okay. We're not gonna be inside, we're gonna be outside. I actually like this weather better. All right, so what I'm gonna do is take this rusty blade, start cutting. Go ahead and redo the measurements so you guys can see on camera that it is actually 10 inches. So it's approximate. It doesn't have to be pretty, because it's going to be sitting inside of the exhaust pipe. So don't try to spend too much time trying to ensure your work is perfectly cut. The important part is to ensure you have the pool noodle with the hole in it. If it doesn't have the hole inside of the pool noodle, that won't allow the exhaust gases to escape. Once the car is turned on. I don't know which one I don't know which one people are saying these days, but once you turn the car on and it does that first crank, then it makes that noise. So I'm gonna wrap this towel around once already. Make it thick here. I feel like I'm gonna wrap this a little tight to ensure that as little exhaust gases or sound comes in as possible. A little trick I like to do is start near the edge of the wrap of the towel and just pull as tight as you can all the way around until it starts to make contact with itself. So we've already saw that first try was not enough once we stuck it inside the pipe. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this extra layer now. I don't think I needed much for the extra layer. But we are going to see. I am using Gorilla Glue tape. Very strong. This may be overkill, but I just don't want this thing to come off at all. I didn't quite measure it long enough this time. Because the circumference increased, the radius increased. And I didn't compensate for that when I measured out the tape. Oh. This is almost as fun as vinyl wrapping. Vinyl wrapping is not fun for me. I'll admit that. All right, let's go try this one out. Okay, so we're gonna install this piece here to the exhaust pipe. We're gonna crank up the car and we're gonna see if it works. This only takes a couple of seconds in the morning to do before you start your car. Perfect. Didn't come out. You can see, I can feel it coming out. Feel the exhaust coming out of this pipe. You can still hear sound here. There's little to no sound here. So I'm gonna go inside and make the second one. Make the second exhaust silencer, and we're gonna test them both out. No, I don't have a decibel meter to measure this. I'm just gonna wing it by ear, so to speak, because I feel like this is actually good enough for in the mornings, and I feel like once I put my headers on and my full exhaust system, it's gonna be very loud, and I don't want to be that guy that wakes up the neighbors in the morning before I head to work. Now that we completed making the first exhaust silencer, we're gonna start on the second one. Grab my box, go into my box of goodies, be prepared. All right, so just like last time, we're gonna wrap the towel. We're gonna try something different. No, I'm not.
Okay, we have dual exhaust silencers. Now we can go test them out.
We're going to install the exhaust silencers and test them out. So, oh, it's starting to rain. So, just gonna try to make this quick, so to speak. It doesn't take long to install them. But now we're gonna crank up the car. Oh no. This one jumped out again on it. I'm gonna turn it off and try it again. Perfect. Little to no sound. Now imagine this would be much better once we go with the 2.5-inch piping, true dual or crossover pipe. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do yet. H pipe, X pipe, or scavenger pipe, I think, from Flowmaster. Simply because right now I'm thinking exhaust. You're really going after sound for a car of this type more so versus power. With your exhaust, you're not going to bring no more than maybe 10 to 15 horses. Some cars will show 20 depending on how they're detuned from the factory. But this car coming from the factory with 342 horses, it's really not going to cause for me to need to be trying to chase high horsepower numbers as if this were a high horsepower build car, such as a GSF or RCF or ISF. So that's where I'm at with as far as the exhaust and why I'm only going with just an exhaust based on sound. I'm thinking of going with Corsa. I like Magnaflow, but Corsa has the no drone technology that I'm very interested in.